let me talk it about the mind, did you know? And electric mind. From when I'm always said about that, what's the name? But yeah, I mean, it's cool like that. So the world imagine talk. So I'm gonna go tell the story of y'all. Mind, did you know, and electric mind. Mind, did you know, electric mind. Yeah. So, okay, so mind, did you know? It's the guy works in on the thing or whatever you want to call it, like the computer system. So this guy works in on the computer system. So a lot of people didn't know about this guy trying to work in whatever. He has numbers and all that shit going on. So all these digital comes from any other computers. So computers, this guy, the one guy, actually works in the computer. So everybody was have a job. So these people were still working, you know. Always said, you know, they just still working on the computer. So they did the computer stuff, you know, just typing in and all that stuff. That's how it is when people are still working. Like, I'm not talking about people works the papers. They still on the computer and still just typing stuff, you know. That's crazy. So this guy actually was saying, like, I need this computer work. Something's wrong with this computer. Or something like that he said. So this guy actually was trying to fix. Well, technically, they're trying to fix the computer, see what's going on with this computer. So that computer is actually still works. So people were still, like, they got their computer. They were still working and all that. So yeah, that's crazy. And then the computer works. That's completely done. The computer works. So, long story short. Okay, so long story short. But anyways, yeah. So, whatever, the computer still work. Definitely computer work. And he met this one girl. And she pretty and she's white. So she was saying hi. And then he said hi. So she was saying, what are you doing? And I didn't say it, but technically he said, I ain't doing all right. I ain't even doing nothing, but how you doing? And she said, good. And then he been asking her, saying that, how about we all gonna go and you know, get a dinner or something? And she said, yeah, I'd love to. So when the guy works in the computer system, he trying to figure it out. Well, technically, they was at the restaurant between him and her. So they both dating, but technically they just friends. But technically they was saying whatever. And then the one guy was saying that. Then the girl was saying, "Where you working?" And then the one guy said, "Well, I still working on the computer system." And then I did some things and whatever I do. And she said, "Oh, that's pretty nice." And then he said, "No, that's not nice, but it was a computer system that I'm doing." And she said, "Oh, okay." So where they still in the restaurant, they eating and all that. So this guy actually has computer in his house. So when he doing something, whatever he do and all that, just type in the computer and see what the all system they made. So he was thinking that he was trying to think that his mind was definitely trying to figure it out how his mind was still conflicting him. You know what I'm saying? So when he had something to do it with all these mind coming from him, from his head, he thinking. So he actually thinking from computer system. He actually typing or whatever he typing. You know what I'm saying? So when he done all that computer system he did, when he just typing stuff or whatever, he also was trying to figure out how he supposed to get in the mind. When we wear glasses, right? He also typing stuff. He actually typing stuff. So yeah. And then when his mind actually trying to figure out what the mind comes from. So when he definitely just type in and all that computer system, he actually works the computer system with them, trying to see if that people still mind. So, you know, okay, so if you know something about his mind, this mind actually comes from computer system, that you know what I'm talking about. So when he works in the other jobs, and he figured out when he writes something like a type of words and stuff like that. So, and he was saying, he's saying like, okay, so what he was saying, what's the letter start with an A and all that, and the B goes top right here, and then the C was topping right over there, or whatever he's saying, like definitely when he writes it. So, okay, what's your answer? And then the woman was saying, well, the answer is, what is a B and a C? And then he said, well, the type of, what's the name, all these letters, whatever you want to call it, letters and all that. So he was saying that if all the connections for all these letters, words and all that, from the A, from the C, from the D, something like that, he figured out what his mind was popped up when he talks about it. They was answering him. They was definitely answered to whatever he answered. You know what I'm saying? So he actually saying something. But anyways, you know, that's crazy. So okay, so let me go in there and say it about y'all. But okay, so he been saying like type of letters. So the letters is actually from work. Technically, he was saying it from all these letters, from all these, you know, the dots and all that stuff that he was saying. So when he think in his mind, when he was saying, when they asked him people question and said, what is a something like whatever, and then he said that's correct. So when I'm doing that, so he said, okay, so when I'm doing that, the other what's the name type of letters and all that stuff, or whatever you want to call it, you know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? So okay, so when he said that all these, what's the name, when he writing stuff, he write the A from the F or something like that. When he trying to mind what he was saying, but the mind is actually from him mind. So when he was writing stuff, when he writing stuff or writing on the markers and all that, he just figured out what it's going to be his mind. So what they was asking question about, what is from the something like that, what they was saying. So that's his mind. You know what I'm saying? Where he was writing markers and all that stuff, and then he said that's correct. So the other one that I'm writing, no, he said that I'm writing with whatever he said. This is what's the name, from the letters and all that, from all that, what's the name? Yeah. So yeah, people was trying to figure out what it was, but they all know what it was. So and he actually met her again, you know. So when he met her again, and then she was saying, "You been work a lot?" And he said, "Well, I'm used to work because I'm always love to work." You know what I'm saying? He also loves to work. Well, I'm also love to work. When he used to work, he actually worked. Everything that he do from whatever he do, you know what I'm saying? So to this day, when he gets on a computer system, he was trying to figure out all these systems, and then comes up all these digital through his mind. So all these digital through his mind, and he focused on the mind that actually he was trying to do. So all this mind from all that. So when he goes to sleep, he actually trying to figure out what his mind was coming from. So hopefully, if that mind would still control him or something like that, what happened to him. So then, when he goes to restaurant with her, he been seem like his mind was still messed up or whatever he did. So he cannot do a computer system when he act like he always did computer systems. So she was saying, "Are you okay?" And he said, "I'm all right. My mind's still messing around. I know I messed around for so long." So he did it anyways. He controlled the computer system like he been controlled whenever he fixed the computer or whatever. So when his mind was technically definitely got his mind. When he got his mind fucked up or whatever, he definitely seemed like he always messing around with all these computer systems. All this shit happens. You know what I'm saying? Like all that what happens. So when he was saying like, "I got a problems. I need to go to the doctor, something like that." So when he got his mind blow up. Okay, so when his mind blow up, he got a problem with his mind. So when he actually was saying that mind digital comes from any numbers for all his mind digital thinks that he was thinking. He was trying to, he works the jobs when he was writing the whole markers, saying something, and then he was people tell questions around him and all that. That's his mind. So that's his mind when he was figuring out, when he trying to do a whole lot of things that he was saying, all that stuff what he was saying, he messed up. So when he go back, yeah, he's messed up. So when he go back, whatever, and then he do like this, and then they fast where he was fasting coming in, and then a lot of people would say, "Oh my goodness, what did he do?" So he do this and writes fast everywhere. And something's wrong with him. You know what I'm saying? From his mind. So where he got a problem with his mind, he just fake it. And he definitely his mind was completely fucked up, but he actually messed up and all that. So all that shit that shit come through his mind. So when he got something in mind, or flame or whatever, he just came out from nowhere. His mind was still messed up, whatever. So, okay, so whatever. Other than that, when he gonna check the doctors, whatever, he was saying, the doctor said, "Well, your mind was still messed. Well, your mind, something's going on with you. You got problems?" And he said, "Yeah, I got problems. I think I got problems in my mind. Right? I don't know what to do." He said, "Well, you need to stop even messing around with computer systems because if you mess around with computer system, you're gonna end up dying." So he did it anyways. That's what happens. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, so when he gets on the computer system, he gets on 4 times, and he never even get on the computer system again. He's just messing around. So when they find out, computer systems go like this, and the face comes in, and that one, the face is right here. And he said, "I'm coming for your mind." And then he looks at it, and then boom, blows up. And then he said, what the hell happened? So figure it out. He goes to the computer system. When he works at the computer system, he figured out all these buttons and all that. So when he goes on the computer, he actually type in computer something like that. So he actually typing or whatever. So when he type in all that, whatever going on and stuff like that, he typing. So that's crazy. So when he type it like this, he actually typing. So come and find out, everything's when he do like this and then hit enter. So he do like this and go like bam, and then electrocuting him, and still electrocuting through his head and all that. Then he go like this, go and then boom, pops up. He just what happens? So when they check it, when they call the people, and this dude was walking, and he walks in, and he opened the door. He works in whatever he works. So when he walked in the door, and the guy saw him landing in the ground, and he said, "Oh my goodness!" And then he came in and called 911, and he go like this. He said, "Please help! This guy landed on the floor. Something's wrong with him." Then what happened? People was checking out, see what happened to him, and then goes like this. He said something's wrong with him, or something's wrong with whatever, and then after that he's fine. So he changed a lot of color for white and all that. He changed a lot of color for white. What's going on with him and all that? So what happened is, his hands is electrocuted and all that. His hands is definitely electrocuted, like Electro from the Spider-Man movie. His hands is electrocuted and all that stuff he doing. So he gets out there. So he got a mind, probably his mind's messed up and all that. So when he saw the girl, saw it 3 times. So he was trying to destroy her. So when he tried to destroy her, they still love each other and all that. They still love each other and all that, or whatever. So when he loved her, then he ended up electrocuting her. Go that. Then he electrocuted, and she dead. Then what happened is he was saying, "Something's wrong with me," and he screams. So when he just trying to electrocute her, he also electrocuting everybody. But technically, he's a powerful man, and he trying to electrocute everywhere. He trying to electrocute the cops, the doctors, and all that. And then end up figuring out his mind was blowing. So his mind was blowing and go like this, get off my head. So his mind was blowing. That's an electric mind. That's an electric mind. And his electric, all that shit going on, his mind, not when he said electrocuting, but he said, but the electric mind, definitely electric mind. All these lightning and all that coming through his head. But technically he got his mind, but he's just trying to figure out why his mind was popped up. All these digital comes in the numbers and all that. So okay, so when he comes in and he flying like, and then he flying through the city, then everywhere in the city. So cops was, look, all these, the lights come off and whatever was going on. So then they turn the lights on, and then what happened is, to figure it out, the cops was right here. Well, the cops was right here, and then he go like, there was like something like that. He was talking on the thing, and then he said, and he said, I'll be right with you. Hold on. And the electric comes in through the walls and all that. And then the police was put a gun and see what's happening, see what's going on, see what's going on. Then come to find out, and electrocuted go like, and then he looks in and he said that, no, he didn't say, he just looks at me and he go like this, like, and then there's something guy or homeless guy, whatever. Well, technically it was electric. So that's the guy. And then the guy was actually going, and then he puts a gun on. He said, freeze. And then he said, then he said nothing. He go like this. He said, put your hands where I can see them. And then the guy's showing in his face, and then he said, oh my goodness, what's happening in your face? And then the guy's going, and then electrocuting him, and he dead. Like, he's, you know what I'm saying? He's a bad freaking man. He's a bad fucking man. He's a bad man. He's definitely a bad man. He electrocuted everywhere. Everywhere, like cops, everywhere. So, come to find out, he always electrocuting everybody. So, he been just trying to electrocute all that people from everywhere, from electrocuting and from or whatever. He just trying to electrocute, then and blows the car up and all that. Then they shooting, and then they go and then, you know, whatever. So they figure it out, and she right here, well, technically that's something new or whatever. So when they electrocuted him, well, technically they also you know, whatever. So and go like this, and then they trying to go, and then everywhere blowing, everywhere's up. Like, what is going on? Like, boom, blows it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So even that, people were still trying to attack him. They're gonna try and attack him, and then whatever happens, you know what I'm saying? They're going there, try to attack him, and then they're going there, try to attack him, and then they're gonna go in there, and they're gonna go in there. They're gonna try to attack. They're gonna try to attack him, and then go in there and kill him. So he actually killed him. So when it happens, they actually trying to go in there, kill them and all that, and then people gotta what's the name and all that. Then they find out, and then he goes to the computer system, go like, and then blows the door, and the glass breaking, like, and then he walks in and whatever. He goes to the computer system, and then they find out that what happened. Then he didn't die, but he's still living now. But they didn't fall for that. He just fought and walk away. They not killed him. But he goes to system. He goes to system, and then he goes to system, right? From his job. So when he goes to system from his job, he actually saying, get away from me, and then come to find out what happens. All these computer system, it makes all the computer system mad. So when they trying to run and all that, then this guy actually has they just broke the cable. They just what's the name? They broke it, and then they trying to, and they spilled the water out. They spilled the water out, right? So the electrocution comes through him and through his body. So when he comes to like whatever and go like this, boom, and then like, and then then that's the computer. That's the computer. That's the computer. Whatever. And then whole explodes in his body, and everything is crazy. So that shit, all these things is gone. Electric mind. So where he's got mind on his got problem and all that, his mind is still completely explode. His head explode and then everything, whatever happens, all that, whatever, it was crazy. So when I seen that shit, I said, well, technically, this guy would say he's gone, he's done, he's died, or whatever he do. So when he trying to fucking whatever he was trying to fucking electrocute into him, that's the guy, he kills him. You know what I'm saying? He actually kills him. And that's the end of that shit. So yeah, it was crazy. Mind digital and electric mind. So when you see the two whatever that I already know about what's going on, what happens, that's a crazy journey. Not a journey telling, but that's a crazy moment. What happened? Or was something that happened from here to there and all that shit. You know? But I can tell with some people always trying to make their mind was still fucked up. But technically, yeah, this dude was actually going, and then, you know, blows in on the head and all that stuff, and then his head, yeah, blows on his shit, and then he died. Then they find out he's dead. He said he's dead. So that's the case. Mind digital and electric mind. So everything is definitely completely what happened. You know what I'm saying? This completely happens on the mind. So they actually has a mind, thinking the mind was still fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Everything is mind all over the place. It's just mind. You know? So, yeah. That's the story. So this is it. Peace.